right, I'm Kelvin, your host of Situations the podcast.
And I'm your co-host, Miss Thiana.
Deanna, how you doing today?
I'm pretty good, and yourself?
I'm doing good. Could be better, but if I complain, who gonna listen? All right, well, it's a beautiful day out, so we're
It
gonna
is.
let's try to get through this segment and um and try to catch some of this good weather. You agree to
Oh, I agree.
that? Okay. All right. Well, first, I want to address a few things before we actually get started.
Okay.
I know our last week episode, right? I don't know if you're paying
Mhm.
attention to the comments on the YouTube channel. I don't know if you're watching the numbers, but the numbers are doing great on the shorts. We're getting a ton of comments, we're getting a ton of reactions, but you also know we got a ton of haters. That
Right.
comes with the territory, okay?
Of
Um,
course.
so many people were talking, saying that what was said was ignorant when we was talking, discussing the transgender and them having their own bathroom versus them being if them being in a room or in the bathroom with another woman when you're actually still a man. You know, people are so brainwashed.
Right.
Society today is absolutely absurd for people to actually think the way they think. I mean, I can't stop nobody from the way they think, but my thing
Right.
is, I have nothing against the transgender community. I have nothing against the gay community. I have no problems with nobody. Okay, what you
Right.
do is what you do. Um, how you live is how you live. I can't change that. But the way I feel about certain situations, I'm gonna stand on it 10 toes down. Okay,
Right.
that's
But
just
and
number.
so
Go ahead.
we're
I'm sorry.
adults. You got to think about a kid or teenagers. What if
Absolutely.
your teenagers go to the mall by themselves or go to a restaurant out to eat or whatever, and
Right.
we're not there to protect them?
Right. Absolutely. I agree with you. I agree with you 100%. But see, their comments was, you know, uh, something can happen to your child in the bathroom, whether it's man or woman. That's true. But would you feel safe with your child? Not speaking of you in particular. I'm talking about these dummies that's making all
Right.
these type of comments. Would you feel safe with your child in the bathroom? They're underage, but you know that person that went in that bathroom was not actually a woman, but was a man posing to
Right.
be a woman. How would you
Right.
feel? Would you feel, are you okay with that? You know what I'm saying?
Right.
That's the part that doesn't get me. You know,
Right.
um, like I said, it's just weird to me how society tried to push that agenda. They pushing
Right.
the shit out that narrative. It seems like they want people to live their life that way.
Right.
For an example, I was um I was watching something. I can't remember what I was watching. I think it was something on social media. And a
Okay.
teacher, a teacher
Mhm.
now was asking a little girl, how would you feel if your name was Billy or Tommy? Why would you ask a little girl that? Now you got that little
Ex-
girl thinking, now you got her
exactly.
thinking, you know what I'm saying? Like, okay, what is it like being a boy?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? That shit is not right.
Right.
It's not
So
right.
you catch them while they're young and impressionable and start putting these different thoughts in their mind, which
And
confuses them.
it does. It does. It absolutely does. So that's why I say they pushing that narrative, they pushing that agenda, and I don't feel that's right. I really don't
Right.
feel that's right. And like I say, if you just go back and look at some of the comments that
Mhm.
people were saying, a lot of people was thumbs up for us. You know what
Okay.
I'm saying? But then you had a lot of
Mhm.
people and then when I checked the accounts, they don't have no followers. They don't have no
Right.
subscribers. They just trolling.
Right.
But for them to think like that is absolutely absurd to me. For people to feel, uh, for them to push that agenda is okay, and it's not okay. I don't care what no one say. Nobody's gonna make me change the way I feel nor believe.
Right.
You
Right.
know, it's just not gonna happen with me. So when you get
And
a chance, go ahead. I'm sorry.
I was like, and it's just crazy that it's like we're not disrespecting anybody, but that's what I'm
We
saying.
not.
It just seemed like what are they trying to do to freedom of speech? Because if I have my opinion about something, it's my opinion. Why are you getting mad? If you don't agree with it, you just don't agree with it.
Right. And it's okay to agree to disagree.
Exactly.
There's nothing wrong with that. This is why this is what this show is all about.
Right.
This is a podcast where we talk mature, we talk mature content because
Right.
it's so many people are so afraid to talk about certain agendas, they tiptoe around the narrative. But I'm not going to do that.
Exactly.
I'm not going to tiptoe around the narrative. I'm going to speak my truth and I'm going to stand on it.
But then too, maybe they've been silenced, when they was younger, or you know how it be families and things happening and they sweep stuff under the rug.
Man,
I've always spoken my mind, and it's
it,
been times where I've had to stand on my own, with certain family members when things being said and they didn't believe me and stuff like that. And then, but after the fact, they did. But I wasn't gonna waver because they didn't side with me. No, it was the truth.
right. Because they waited too late to do something about it.
Yeah.
That's the part that I don't understand. But like I say, when you get a chance, go to the channel and look at some of those comments. You can just see how ignorant people are to certain things.
Okay.
I don't. Well, so much for that. But I just wanted to get that out and bring that to your attention because
Okay.
like I said, I don't know if you was actually seeing or you actually take a look at the comments at all.
I didn't get a chance to go on there for this topic.
Okay. All right. Well, let's get our today's show underway. I'm not gonna talk about last week's show. Last week's show is last week's show, so we that one in the history books already. Okay.
Okay.
So the first agenda topic of discussion is I want to talk about components to healthy, fulfilling sex life.
Okay.
Okay. So what do you take? Okay, let me see how do I want to word this. Okay, what are key components of a healthy and a fulfilling sex life to you?
Honesty and communication.
Okay.
Because you can sometimes when people have, if everybody, if you're not, a virgin anymore, and you've had different experiences with, maybe the previous person you was with or whatever, you can't expect the new person to be like that. And if you don't sit down and have a conversation about what you like and what you don't like, then who's pleasing who?
Absolutely. Like you said, it takes communication. That's true. I agree with you 100%. But to add to that, it also has to have you also have to have a mutual respect,
Right.
a desire, and you have to set boundaries.
Right.
You have to set a boundary. That's very important. To I think that's important when it comes to intimacy.
But that's why I said sit down and have a conversation about what you like and you don't like. That is a boundary. Because if I'm like, well, I'm not into this, that's me setting a boundary. So I'm communicating that to you
Right.
versus, just letting you do whatever you want and then it goes south or, somebody feels, violated or whatever the case may be.
Right. Right. Yeah. Definitely boundaries have to be set. That's the only way. I think that's the only way it's gonna work. You set boundaries up front. Be
Right.
upfront with your partner. Um, and and just to see how it flow from there.
Right. And people just out here, having multiple sex partners. If you have that, I don't want to deal with you.
Right.
That's just my preference because I feel like you're playing Russian roulette, not only with your life, but with mine too.
Yeah. Yes. Absolutely. Absolutely. So that leads right off into the next topic or the next question. Um,
Okay.
at the age we are today,
Hmm.
how can individuals maintain a satisfying sex life at the age we are today?
It's pretty much just trying to stay connected with your person. Yes, a lot of distractions, social media, all that stuff, whatever, but you have to continue to speak each other love language, be attentive, and just like, keep like introducing new things that's going to keep it fun and spontaneous.
Right.
I mean, because some people, they could love people that they've been with and whatever, but some may go out and step outside of the relationship because it's just a monotonous thing happening over and over again, and there's no sparks there. There's nothing new. A lot of men complain about the women wearing bonnets and, flannels to bed or whatever. They're not bringing the sexy, and it's like if you're not providing that for your man, every time he go out, of course he's gonna be looking elsewhere.
That's true. I agree with you. But we also have to take into effect that as we get older, our physical starts to change. So as women, you might not be as curvy as you once were when you
Right,
got with your partner. So I think all of that plays a role when you're trying to maintain a connection in your sex life with your partner. You know,
right,
um, we like I say, we have that we once we get to a certain age, the physical take effect. For the men,
exactly,
you start gaining the stomach. You may be getting out of shape. But my thing is you have to maintain some type of connection.
right,
Because me personally, if I'm with you and I met you at you weighed 130 when I met you,
right,
and here we are in our 40s and 50s now, and you done gained 70, 80 pounds. Now
hmm,
you're up 210, 230. You know what I mean? Your physical has changed.
right. But I mean, that's why I say constant communication, because baby, we finna go to the gym. We gonna change some eating habits. It's things that you can do and talk about, and it's just not being an elephant in the room and not being spoken about and letting 10 years go by, you know. But I mean, if somebody is dealing with, death and grief or some type of health issue, sometimes, things be out of your control. But I mean, for the most part, people just, they just letting themselves go or they eating whatever they want and they gain weight. It don't even have to be, 10 years later. So
Right,
I think it just depends on the person. Because for me, I'm only 10 pounds more than my high school weight. So,
right, right.
but that's just
Okay,
my choice. It doesn't matter if I'm with somebody or not. I like to look a certain way and I just want to be a certain weight and I'm fine with that. So it's for me.
right. So with that being said, what are some strategies for overcoming sexual shame? Like I said, what can we do to um not have that fear of sexual shame? You afraid to take your shirt off or you're afraid to take your bra off, that type of thing.
Well, that means you have developed some insecurities and that means it doesn't even matter how much your partner is still saying they desire you. If you're feeling like that, that doesn't have anything to do with them. You have to make some changes because you don't want to take the shirt off or you don't
Right,
want feeling, what I'm saying, a certain type of way. So it's just about, being honest with yourself. We always talk about be honest with your partner. No, first you got to be honest with your own self.
yeah.
And a lot of people don't do that.
It's all about self acceptance.
Right.
You know.
Even though you with somebody else in a relationship, you should still be working on you.
Yes. I figure once an individual accept, you are who you are, you
Right.
know, and that comes with age. It
Right.
happened, and it's gonna happen
Right.
to everybody. It's gonna happen to all of us. You just got to be able to accept, who you are at that particular time.
Right. And
So
if you don't like it, then you have to change it. Like your partner can't change it for you. They could say, we can meal prep. I'll get you a gym membership. we can walk, we could do this, but then if you making up every excuse on why you can't do any of those things either, if they're communicating that, it's really on you.
Right.
And like
Yeah.
I said with the woman, I mean, sometimes, a lot of women are mothers, and you can communicate that. Okay, babe, I really haven't been feeling myself. I don't feel sexy. I need a little more time for me so that I can do this, so that I can do that, so I can buy these things, and just whatever they need to do to get it back.
Right. And I'm kind of glad you touched on that because, you know, women body will change tremendously during a pregnancy.
Right.
I know some women that have kids and the body snap right back to where they
That
were. You know,
that's me.
right, and some have kids and their body never get back to where they were. So that's
Right.
all about being able to. You have to be able to accept the changes that come with with life.
Right.
And as you age, you have to be able to accept those changes.
Right.